Da-da-da! Da-da-da-da-da. Get my 6. Greetings, viewers. Welcome back to another episode of Homesteading Off the Grid and whatever the hell this channel's about. Tonight, on this very cold night, this channel is about the search for Unito, the potential one-toed Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not haunt this land. Did you hear that? Let's get to it. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Tonight's strategy. It's pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. We're going back and retracing the steps that the potential Bigfoot, that the potential one-toed Bigfoot Sasquatch made. It was 2 days ago when he, she, it, potentially they, if they walked in the same spot, traversed the first time. I planted 100 white pine trees along the perimeter of the spring and only lost 4 of them this whole year. They're doing well. All right. Thing about pine trees, you got to keep them far away from your house because, boy, do they like to snap in storms and they'll fall on your house and they will crush your house. Now, I'm going to do my best during this night hunt to not talk too much. That's my house down there. So that if there are footsteps or howls like that one, all viewers in attendance can hear. Now the legend of Unito is much like most tall tales that may or may not be true. In that, as a tall tale, it's probably not entirely true, but it is based on fact to some degree, or the story wouldn't exist anyway. So if I were a betting man, and I was willing to conjure up the beginning of the tale of old Unito, I'd be willing to place my bet on farmers and bear hunters who were one and the same. As legend has it, potentially, there was a big old mean old black bear out here around these parts about half a century ago that was going a little bit beyond black bear's normal behavior, which, as you know, if you know anything about black bears, they're pretty timid. The only time, 2 times they really can be dangerous is if they're with their young, mama bear with their young, and get too close, or if they're coming around eating people food, like getting into trash cans in picnic areas or in neighborhoods that are close to the forest, and they get too comfortable being around people. And then they lose that natural sense of fear for people. They can be dangerous under those conditions as well. Well, this big old black bear here back in the day of the origination of Unito, the potential one-toed Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not haunt these lands, it was different. It was just mean, and it had a taste for livestock. It would steal the farmer's sheep, small cows, what they call seed calf, chickens, everything. People got a good look at it a time or two, and they realized that bear was bigger than any black bear they'd ever seen or heard tell of. And now a mature male black bear can get up to about 600 pounds, and that's a big one. That's one that's lived a long time. Let's check for fresh tracks. Fresh unitoe tracks, that is. We're looking for big tracks about the size of Yao Ming's foot or maybe Shaquille O'Neal's with only one real big toe. Now these are probably my tracks. Yep. I got 10 toes. So that's not what we're looking for. Now that's a big one right there. Look at that. Yep, that's one of Unito's tracks from the other day. My kid was out here sleigh riding again, so he covered up a lot of Unito's tracks. But we did find one. Well, geez, I've just figured out why the light's not that bright. I forgot to, gosh darn it. Gee, golly willikers, I didn't get the bright one out. Hold on now. Gosh darn it. Son of a gun. Off with that one. Hold on. How did I do that? Jeez. I got a better light than this. Come on now. All right, here we go. Check it out. Bam! Oh, what a difference. Yes, yes, bam. All right, so special thanks and shout out goes to William Poole from up there in Pittsburgh, Kentucky-vania for this flashlight and one other. Whoa! What happened? This flashlight was fully charged. And that's not an untruth or even a half-truth. Stuff like this has been known to happen when you're in the presence of the paranormal. Come on, flashlight. Come on, flashlight. Work. All right. Look. You will observe my fingers. I did not turn that sucker off. If that happens again, we may... Oh, be in the presence of the paranormal. Shoot. Gosh darn paranormal. Messing with my lights. How am I supposed to see Unito? Come on, ghosts. We know you're here. Maybe they're jealous because we're looking for him, her, it, or they instead of them. Jeez, back with my little mag light. So, legend may or may not have it that these farmers who were used to hunting bear anyway finally decided they were sick and tired of this big old giant black bear taking their sheep and their chickens and their seed calves. So they put their heads together and they said, well, let's just trap that son of a gun and then we'll dispatch it. Of course, back then, you know, social media didn't exist, so they didn't have to say the word dispatched. They used the word, well, I can't say it here, it'll give people a condition and I'll have to go get therapy. But you know what it means to dispatch an animal or any other living thing, right? So back then, they could say the other word for that term and they decided that's what they were going to do. What was that? Hold on, let me flip the camera around. I thought I saw something. What do you mean I thought I saw something? It's too dark to see out here and I was shining a light in my face? You know what I mean. Tree knock. Right up there where I thought I saw something. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I think we might be on to old Unito up here. So, speed it up a bit. They all got together. They went out. They set their traps out. This one old boy, he set his trap out and he put he put a turkey leg on it, because they've been known to take turkey legs off of that stump right there. We got video footage of that, about a year old. And he started to leave. It's just before dark. And he got out of the woods just at dark, and just as he did, he heard something screaming and howling like he'd never heard before. And a lot of the other hunters, well, they'd made their way back out of the woods as well, and they were just kind of congregating at this old boy's farmhouse. One of them said, "What in the name of all things holy and unholy combined would make a noise and a scream and a yell of terror like that?" And the rest of them said, "Well, geesh, don't reckon we know." And one of them said, "Well, we ought to better go find out." And then the one that had the most sense said, "I don't think we need to be going out there in them woods if there's something out there make a scream like that." But then they said, they realized what they's holding in their hands, which was, you know, we'll call them bang sticks, because these are the days of social media, and you really got to watch what you say on here. I mean, you say one wrong word and send a bunch of people off to therapy and get in trouble. So they took their bang sticks out there, you know what I mean, right? Went out in those woods, went to where the trap was, like it's right there, say right there between them two trees. Because as legend has it, this may or may not be where it actually took place. Let's watch for tracks. Look at that one there. Nah, that's just melted snow. Well, looky there. There's one of my little pine trees I planted. Look at that. Isn't that doing great? Here in a few years, I'm going to have big old, even thicker privacy hedge around here. All right, so anyway, look at this. So let's say the trap was right there. They got up to it. They made sure to look around. Didn't see nothing. Didn't see that big old bear. They figured they got it because they figured only a 700 or 800 pound bear like that one been taking all their livestock to make a sound like that. But there was no bear. They got up there, and there in that trap, what they found gave them nightmares for the rest of their lives. Now remember, this was 50 years ago, and these were rural farmers, so some of them lived to the ripe old age of 60. And until they died at the ripe old age of 60, they had nightmares about what they found in that trap. For what they found in that trap was 4 toes. Looked just like the toes of a man. Only difference was they had a lot more hair on them. A lot more hair. So whatever that thing was that went over there to get that turkey leg, because the turkey leg was gone, had stepped a little too far forward grabbing that turkey leg and got their pinky toe all the way up to their whatever the one beside the big toe's called, and all the ones in between got cut clean off by that bear trap. Well, the pinky toe itself was about 8 inches long. Well, that's what they thought. Took it home, showed it to their wives, and the women said, well, it's really only about 6 inches long, because, you know, women are better at math when it comes to that kind of stuff than men. I thought I saw eye shine. Let me shine the light the other way. There it was. Oh my God. Did you see that? Oh my God. There it is. Guys, I'm not even shining my light. Look. Oh gosh, could that be Unito? There it is again. It's obviously moving its head around, looking out here, listening to this story. Is that you, Unito? There it is, staring right at us. My gosh, there's only one eye. That's Uni-Eye. I'm not moving. That thing's blinking. Is that you, Uni-Eye? Oh my gosh. What is up with all these one-appendaged potential Bigfoot Sasquatches out here? You hear that? It's moving around. Listen. It's walking. It's coming. coming our way. I don't know what that thing is. Where did it go? Now, you know, when you see eye shine like that and then it disappears, that's when you gotta worry. It could be cloaking. It could be walking backwards so you can't see its eye shine. Or it might be coming straight at you with its eyes closed. There it was again. Is that you, Unito? What is that? That's nothing. That's just a reflection of some snow off of the stump. But there it is again. Now you come on out here, Unito. You come on out here right now, or I'm coming in. He's coming. He's coming. I don't want nothing to do with Unito. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. We have safely returned to our starting point, from which I will be going into the house for further safety, which was my original starting point anyway. But this was obviously a very successful night hunt. We may or may not have gotten very close to the potential one-toed Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not be roaming these lands, which, as legend that I just told has it, may or may not have been roaming these lands looking for his other 4 toes for the last 50 years. Join us for more next time. Da-da-da! Da-da! Da-da-da! Da-da!